Morning guys, Buckskin Dave here. Thanks for joining me for a cup of coffee. Black Rifle coffee, some good stuff. Anyway, I've been a little bit busy. I've got this, we're not ready to shoot it yet because I'm waiting for some internals. But I went ahead and finished up the wood. Got some really nice curl. If you can see it there, some curl in front of the action. I put a blue finish on. This action, there's a few spots. When I take it apart to put the trigger spring in that I'm waiting on, I'll touch this again and touch up some of the action. Had some spots that didn't take blue, and that doesn't surprise me because this was case colored, so there's probably some parts that are a little harder than other parts. I got my sights on, got my wiping stick in there. Anyway, as soon as we get those parts, we'll go ahead and take this sighter in and see if it's ready to do some bear hunting, find a load for it. So the rest of the day today, or part of the day today, I'll probably clean up the shop. I'm gonna put that other rifle on hold for just a little while and get some of my spring chores done. And then that gives me a break too. Maybe we'll work on something else. I will cut the barrel though, because I'm going to get about 8 inches of barrel there, and then I'm going to try to bore it out to 58 caliber smooth. So I'm going to make it so I can run a 5.70 round ball or the shot load through it, and I might start working on that. Anyway, stick with me. The weather has been nice the last few days. I'm going to go out and do a little shooting. You can come and join me and we can go shoot some guns. So stand by. Okay, before we go shoot, there was one tip I wanted to share with you guys, and some of you may know this. Still cleaning up. Some of you guys may know this, but when you're drilling your holes to put your rail on, the bottom where your thimbles are going to go and your entry pipe and all that, when you're putting that on, you have to drill into the barrel about 100 thousandths. I mean, I wouldn't go much more than 150. This barrel is, where my hole is all the way out to the end is probably 200 thousandths thick. You have to drill that hole, and you got to get that small tiny thread down in there deep enough to hold it in, to get enough threads. And it's hard to get a threader that'll go deep enough before it hits the bottom, and then you end up breaking it off because these are it's small. This is a 6x40 threads per inch, so it's very small. It's harder than bullets, so it's very fragile. I mean, just a little bit too much will break. Anyway, what I did on this one is I got one of my broken ones. Now, you might think, well, I don't have a broken one. Oh, you will. Don't worry. So I got one of my broken ones and ground it off flat so that it has threads right to the end. And then I started my hole with a regular tap, you know, that has a point just to get a couple of threads in. Pulled it out, and then you have a bottom, you have what's called a bottom tap, but it doesn't have enough threads on the end, flat to the bottom, for a hole this shallow. So once I got my threads started, then I got my ground off one and finished them all the way to the bottom, and it seemed like that really worked. So when you break one of these, don't throw it away. You're going to need it on those types of deals. Anyway, let's go do some shooting. I'm kind of Hollywooding this a little bit. I told you it was really nice out. Well, it wasn't. It turned to crap. So it's a couple days later, but I got the spring that I was waiting for the gemmer. So instead of shooting something else just for the fun of shooting it, let's start shooting this gemmer. I've got some black powder loads that I'm going to start out with first. This one looks like it's probably a 4. This is probably a 405, but it's a black powder load. I got a target up 25 yards. Let's see how she goes. Spoon, where you at? Teaspoon. Come on, Teaspoon. Brass is coming out easy, no headspace problems. That's the first shot at a target, so I'm gonna go look and see which way I gotta move the sight. Okay, so it was high and just a little to the left. Let's deal with the high first. Bring it down. There. Okay, so 420 grain bullets, they're shooting about an inch high. Now, still a little to the left. So let me make a couple more adjustments and we'll try it again. Well, the wind died down a little. I got it as low as it's gonna go. So we'll have to adjust some of it with Kentucky. Good old can tuck. I'm going to shoot 2 shots and see what kind of group it does with 2 shots real quick here. These are these 400 grains, black powder. I swabbed the barrel while we was in there too, because might as well have 2 shots with clean barrel. Nice. All right, we'll go take a look. So what I did, I started adjusting the rear sight a little, but it made it look a little bit off center. So I tried an adjustment on the front sight, which we can do that. So let's see what it did. It looks like at 25 yards it's going to be a little high, but that's okay. Go check it out real quick. So that one is like right next to the orange dot, the center bull. It's right next to it, like 10-30, just maybe an 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to leave it right there for right now and shoot a 3-shot group. Hopefully I can hold it at the same hold. Just want to see how accurate it is at 25, and then we can go from there with black. I have some smokeless loads I'm going to try too. I'll have to swab the barrel once though. Whoops. We don't ever do that on purpose. So, here's one of the nice things about having this. I dropped it in and it didn't catch the extractor. So, knock it down. Why don't you guys walk down there with me? Let's see what it did. Okay. So these are the black pot. These are the 3 I just shot. This is my hold, so they're just a little bit high, pretty much centered. And then the ones I shot before that, they were even a little tighter. So maybe a really good cleaning is in order. But these 3 I shot first. They're tight. This was the very first one before I brought the sight down. So it's a new gun and get to play with it. I'm gonna go swab it, and then I've got some. I got a couple of smokeless loads I want to try too. Let me mark these. Oh, it's going to be okay. I mean, I've got to work with it. These are the first shots out of it. So anyway, now this one's a 1 in 16 twist. So I don't know. I may try some 500 grain harder bullets, something that'll grab it for the 5. I've got some of them short nose 500 grainers. They may work really well in here. I don't know. Anyway, if you're sticking with me, you're going to see this rifle get shot quite a bit more here in the near future. So let's go get some of these smokeless. I'll swab it out, get some of these smokeless. We'll give them a try. Perfect. I'd say the windage is probably good because it's just about the same either way. So it's hard to shoot when the wind's blowing so hard. You're worried about stuff falling over. Let's go back in the shop. We'll talk about it. Okay. So, okay. Let me get that wind is ridiculous. Let me get that target. Anyway, probably for this rifle, I'm going to shoot 420 grainers. I've been thinking with that fast twist, I can either get, God, have you guys looked at what them 420 grain jacketed spears or naughties are? Whew. Anyway, I was thinking with this being a 16 twist, maybe a jacketed 405 or 400 grain jacketed would be good, but they want $60 for 50 of them. They can keep them. I'll either cast a hard bullet and put a gas check on it, or for smokeless, or I'll just shoot a really hard 420 grain bullet that I build and without a gas check for black powder, and see how it works. I'm thinking it'll catch the rifling. I mean, this ain't bad. It's so super windy. I got bam, bam, bams, those last 3 smokeless loads. Up and down, they're just fine. I was going to try a 100-yard shot. I don't know. I might just shoot black powder in here. I'm not married to anything. I want to shoot what shoots well out of here. So I've been getting a lot of people asking about my loads and stuff, and I'll probably do a couple videos on me working up a load for this gun. So these next few videos will be something really good to watch if that's your interest. The other thing is the guy Ken Womack that I got the spring and firing pin from, he makes a if you have one of these that has a really heavy trigger, and this one does not, even with the heavy hammer spring, if you got one with a heavy trigger, he makes a trigger return spring that is much lighter, and he says that it lowers the trigger poundage. I didn't put it on here because I wanted to try this one first. This one's really good, but we may try that other one and just see how much it changes it, and that'll be an upcoming video, or it might go on that #1 action that we have. So #5 action, either smokeless or black powder. It's tending to go towards black powder, and we're going to work up some loads. That's all I got. The wind kind of pushed us out. Thanks for joining me for a cup of coffee. Stick around, and we'll do some more videos when this wind dies down and trying these different loads. Anyway, I'm Buckskin Dave. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.